Hey y'all. I hope y'all are having a beautiful, blessed day today. My name is Dee Dee and I am the Witchy Woman. Today I'm going to do a pick a card reading for y'all. Please like, subscribe, comment. We'll try to answer them all. We have our stones out here to choose from today. I'm going to be using the mystical creatures, the fantasy creatures, and the Witches Tarot today. So this is going to be for our pile number 1. And this is going to be for our pile number 2. And this is going to be for our pile number 3. So take a minute, meditate, whatever you need to do. Pause for a minute if you need to. And y'all, we're going to get started with our number 1. Hello, my beautiful pile number 1s. If y'all chose this beautiful stone right here, this is going to be your reading for today. We're asking Spirit what your crush really thinks about you. Okay, the first card I got for you is the Chariot, which is in this particular deck, the Chariot means sustained effort to win. So maybe they are trying to ooh you and ah you. And I feel like that somebody's like really shy and they're having a hard time telling you how they feel, but I feel like that they are going to tell you eventually. It's just, I think they've just got to get up the nerves. I think that's part of the problem. The next card I pulled for you is the Fool. And in this one, it's the unexpected. So maybe they just don't know what to expect. Maybe they think they're you're way too good for them. Not saying that you are, but in their mind, maybe that's what they're thinking. They're thinking you're just way too good for them. The next card I pulled is the Five of Swords, and in this particular deck, it means betrayal. So maybe they're betraying their self. Maybe they're betraying their self and thinking that they're not good enough for you. But they don't know that you want them, So the next card I pulled for you is the Ace of Wands. And in this particular deck, the Ace of Wands means freedom from restraints. So maybe they're getting out of their head now. Maybe they're starting to see, because, I like to do past, present, future. So maybe they're trying to get out of their head and all this thinking, and knowing that maybe you are interested and you are wanting to do something, with them and for them. But maybe they just don't know. Maybe you hadn't showed them in any kind of way, or, or maybe they're just not taking a hint, Guys are kind of stubborn sometimes. It's hard to get them to notice. So the next card I got for you is the Knight of Cups. And in this particular deck, the Knight of Cups is about deep involvement. So maybe they do want to start, a relationship with you. They just don't know how to go about it, and they're portraying their self out of it. I feel like this betrayal is on their own. I feel like they're portraying them. They've been waiting and waiting and waiting to ask you out, scared to death that you're going to say no, knowing, that you might actually say yeah, because it sounds like if you're listening to this, you've got to be interested in them. So, I feel like this is what this is all about. They're just portraying their self, that they're scared to ask you because they're scared that you're going to say no. And the last card I got for you is the Star card. And the Star card, clarifying the Five of Swords, is about positivity. In this particular deck, the Star card, I'm going to have to look it up. I'm sorry, y'all. The Star in this one says success against opponents. So, yeah, I feel like they've got it in their head right now, that they're thinking that you're just not going to ever be interested in them, or they're not good enough for you, or you would never go out with them, or, that kind of thought, just in their head. And this is saying that they are gonna get that thought out of their head, and they are gonna move forward because this is success. So they are eventually gonna ask you out. The card I got to clarify the Chariot and the Ace of Wands is the Five of Swords, which is the same thing as this, but in this deck it's more about conflict in the mind. You know, where this one's betrayal, which it's still the same thing because you're still betraying yourself out of this love relationship that could wind up being a really good one just because you're too scared to ask. You know, all they can say is no. So, you know, maybe you need to ask and see, because I feel like they've got a lot of conflict in asking you. And I think in their mind, you're like the prettiest girl in the whole wide world. And they just are infatuated by you. And they are so scared that you are going to say no. And to clarify this Fool and this Knight of Cups, I have the Moon. And the Moon is all about illustrations, illusions. So, yeah, that's what it sounds like. They just think that they're just not good enough for you. They've got this illusion in their head that you are just way too good for them and they would never, ever, ever. So, maybe, you know, you need to go talk to them instead of them coming to talk to you because they're just betraying themselves. They've got conflict and it's really so sad. We're going to get one more card to clarify the Five of Swords. And this is the King of Cups. That is a beautiful energy. That is the King of Love, as I like to call him, because he is all about the love and the nurturing, the caring, the heart. And I feel like this was somebody that's going to be really good for you. And I think your crush is just as happy to be with you as you are to be with them. I feel like, you know, that if this can come together, it's going to be a beautiful thing. He's going to love you like you need to be loved. And he's going to treat you like the queen because he is the king and he is looking for his queen. So he's going to treat you like you are the queen. And that's what I got for you guys. Don't be scared to jump and ask. This is the year 2023. You know, women are just as much in control as men are, and vice versa. So if you're a woman listening to this and you have the crush, I think he's very interested. Why don't you go ask? The worst that can happen is he can say no. But the best that could happen is y'all could have a lifelong romance, love relationship. And that wouldn't be so bad now, would it? Thanks, guys. I appreciate y'all listening. I hope y'all have a blessed day. And I hope this helps. I hope that, you know, everything I do helps y'all. I appreciate it if you like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. It really does help the channel. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you very much. Y'all have a great day and blessed be. Hello, my beautiful number twos. If y'all picked this beautiful stone right here, this is your reading on what my crush thinks about me. What my crush thinks about me. We're using the Fantasy Creatures and the Witches Tarot, I believe. I like these cards right here because the meaning is just a little bit different than the regular Rider-Waite Tarot. Oh, y'all, my cards are going everywhere. I'm shuffling off camera, but these cards are flying. So they must really be wanting to tell y'all something. All right, there you go. The first card I drawn for y'all is the Star. And in this particular deck, the Star in this deck means, I have to look it up, success against opponents. So your crush is trying to tell you that he has succeeded in doing whatever it was that he done. The Fool is the second card I drawn for y'all, and it is about the unexpected. Things you don't know what's going to happen. But he has success. So maybe he was in a relationship or something and he come out of it or something like that. We're going to look further and see what's going on. But the unexpected, the Fool, that's all about new beginnings, you know, starting over, not knowing what's going to happen, just kind of going with the flow.
And then you've got the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups in this deck actually means something a lot different than what it does in the other deck. So in this particular deck, the Queen of Cups is about strong psychic feelings. So let's go on and figure out what that's about. So with the Star, you have the Ace of Wands. And with the Fool, it's the unexpected. I'm sorry, the Ace of Wands in this particular deck means freedom from restraints. So maybe this was a divorce. Maybe this was, you know, they just got out of a bad relationship. So maybe they're free. And this is the Five of Wands. And in this deck, the Five of Wands means unexpected obstacles, unforeseen obstacles. I'm sorry about that. Unforeseen obstacles. So maybe they did have to start over. They just didn't know. Maybe this was a relationship that they was in and they came out of it. And the very last card is the Ace of Wands, and in this is rapid movement. So for this, with the Star and the rapid movement, the new beginnings, or the Fool, I feel like what this is saying is that this could have been in a relationship. This could have been a situationship where they have come out of it because they're not involved anymore. They're starting over. You know, something must have happened that they really wasn't expecting. Maybe they thought it was a long-term relationship, or they thought this person was going to be the one for them. And with the strong psychic, maybe something came up where, you know, they learned they was doing something wrong, or something that, you know, they really wasn't happy with them doing. You know, and maybe that's what set it off. But I feel like, you know, for you, maybe it's your chance, you know, to come in there and sweep them up. But in situations like this, where they just got out of a bad relationship, they might not want to jump right into a relationship. So, you know, start with the friendship thing. I keep hearing the friendship. So maybe you need to start kind of slow. With the Star and the Ace of Wands, I got the Karma card, which is the Judgment. And Judgment is all about exactly what it says. It's judgment. It's going back. It's reflecting on what you've done in the past, what needs to change, what you need to do different. And apparently, this with the ending right here and the new beginning right here, obviously somebody has walked away from a situation where, you know, they're doing better for themselves now. With this card, the Fool card, I got the Death card. The Death is all about endings and new beginning. So yes, with this Karma card, this is an ending and this is a new beginning. So something has ended. Maybe they did just get out of a relationship. Maybe it was something that, you know, wasn't serving their purpose, and they do need to move on. I feel like that, you know, you need to go talk to them, but you need to be in friend zone first. Because I'm not saying that your crush don't have a crush on you. I'm just saying that I feel like right this minute they might be going through something else in their life that's not making them focus more on wanting another relationship. And for the last card, I got the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands is about seeing the future, seeing what can happen, seeing what needs to be done. So yes, with all these cards, what I'm basically feeling is that it could have been somebody that was in a bad relationship, or a relationship ended. It might not have been bad, but it ended, and they're kind of, you know, trying to get on their feet, trying to do better, you know, trying to move forward. But unseen, you know, unseen obstacles. I can't even talk this morning. So I feel like maybe y'all are having problems talking to these people. You know, maybe that you just think they're way too good for you or something. That's what I just heard. But, you know, we're all made by God. So nobody's better than nobody ever. So, you know, give it a shot. You might find out that they're feeling the same way. I just feel like that maybe right now they just got out of another relationship, but I am seeing that they're single. So that does leave room for you. And I feel like that you need to just focus and talk. So for right now, I feel like that you guys need to be kind of in the friend zone. But some of the best and greatest romances started with friendship. So that's what I got for you guys. I feel like that the friend thing is going to be really good. I feel like you need to go into the friend zone. And maybe you might find out something about this person that you might have not wanted. So friendship is a really good way to start because you learn about people, when you're just friends. Because if there's no commitments or no relationships there, then they have no reason to be lying to you or, not shooting straight. So I feel like that it's going to work out later on because with this card, they see it happening. They see it's gonna manifest itself. But for right now, I feel like you need to be in the friend zone. And then maybe later on, you might even find out that you don't like this person like you thought you did. I just heard that might not be for everybody, but sometimes some of the best looking people in the world are really buttholes. And you think they're all great and amazing until you really get to know them as a person. And when you get to know somebody as a person, it might make a little bit of difference on how you feel about them in a different way. So I'm not saying this person's bad. You might find out that it was everything you wanted and he's perfect. She's perfect for you. And this is the one you want to spend the rest of your life with. And maybe they'll feel the same way. But I think that it's going to have to start out on a friendship level first. Even maybe a friends with benefits type thing. If it comes to that. And then, it might move forward. I do feel like you're not going to be the only one. I'm not going to say you're not going to be the only one in the end. But if somebody did just come out of a relationship, I'm hearing there's going to be other choices and other people. And sometimes that's not a bad thing because when you just come out of a relationship, you jump into a rebound, and when you're in a rebound, it's 9 times out of 10, it's not going to work, because you just jumped into a relationship with somebody knowing that, you might not ever make it with that person. It might just be about hooking up and you know what I'm saying. I don't know who's listening to this, so I don't want to say too much, and I don't know what YouTube allows, but y'all know what I'm talking about. It might wind up in that kind of relationship for a little while, and she might have more than just you in a relationship. But I think in the end, it's gonna be just you. But I feel like they're gonna have to spread their oaks first and see if, what they really want. So be patient with them. I feel like this is something that's going to happen in the future for you. So just be really patient. And I think everything's going to work out just fine for you. We're just going to have to give them time. And I just heard that some of y'all are saying, I've given them enough time. It's been a long, long time and I want to know how this goes. But there is no time that's not right. When it happens, it will happen. Even if you have to move on and maybe see somebody else or talk to somebody else until they decide what they want in life. I do honestly feel like it's going to be you in the end, but it might not be today, is just what I'm saying. And that's what I've got for you guys. I hope y'all have a blessed day and blessed be. And now we're going to move on to number 3. Hello, my number 3s. For those of you that chose this beautiful purple amethyst, I'm not sure on the colors of the other ones. I'm an amethyst person. I love purple. I love amethyst. If it was up to me, every stone I have would be purple. I do like some pinks too, but purple is my big thing. All right. So for pile number 3, my beautiful pile number 3, we're going to find out what your crush thinks about you. All my stuff wants to fall on the floor this morning. Okay, let's find out. What does your crush want to tell you? What do they think about you? The first card I drawed for you is the Queen of Wands. And this is the Fantasy Creatures deck. I'm going to be using it with the Witch's Tarot deck. These cards are beautiful and they have a little bit different meaning than the regular Rider-Waite Tarot. So like in this particular deck, the Queen of Wands is actually about happy social events. So something is coming up. Maybe you've met this person at an event at work or event at school, or maybe you was out on the road and y'all just met at some kind of party, event, something like that. The next card I got for you is the Five of Pentacles. And this particular deck, this is about financial loss. So, finance loss could also be a person, because the Pentacles to me is material things. So, anything that is a material thing, person, place, things, they're all material. So, it could be the loss. So, this relationship might not work out like you thought it would. Maybe I just heard they found somebody else. I'm sorry, y'all. I just say what I hear, maybe, but that don't mean that that's a bad thing, because God knows, and He's got somebody for every one of us, and maybe He's trying to save you instead of trying to hurt you. And this could be something from their past, if there's social events and, material loss, financial loss. Maybe this was a job. And the next card I got for you is the Eight of Cups. And in this particular deck, this card means, I'm sorry, that's the Eight of Swords. It's not the Cups. So, the Eight of Cups is about walking away. But the Eight of Swords is about diplomacy and evasion, which basically means they're just giving whoever, whatever, just what they want. It's kind of like being entrapped, but you're trapped in your mind. You're just giving them what they want just to satisfy. So, with the Queen of Wands, which is happy family events, I got chains. And chains in this one is the devil. And in this particular thing, it means illusions and illustrations. So maybe you did see this person at what I'm getting is you've seen this person at a party or something, and they didn't think that you was really interested in them. You kind of left them out in the cold. So they kind of moved on to a different thing, and now they're kind of trapped in that because they don't have no other choices. But I feel like they want to be with you. With the Five of Pentacles, you've got the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups in this deck really basically means the same thing. The Five of Cups is about emotional loss. So you've got financial loss, which could be, a material loss and an emotional loss. So this is really sad. So I feel like maybe you did meet him at a party or something, and, they didn't think you was interested in them. They did at first, but then you kind of gave them the cold shoulder, or you didn't want them, or you acted like you didn't want them. That's what I'm getting. But kind of playing hard to get, but they took it serious, and they may have moved on to something else, or maybe they're just trapped in their mind thinking that you're not interested at all. And if that's what they're thinking, then, I understand. But the cards you got with the Eight of Swords is the World. And in this thing, in this deck, the World is good things to come. So, Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. It's about, you met somebody, you acted like you wasn't interested in them, and they're kind of trapped now because I feel like they're interested in you and they want, to be in your life, and they want to be part of your world, but they don't know if you're interested at all. So with the Queen of Wands and the chains, I got the Ten of Pentacles. That's a beautiful, beautiful card. The Ten of Pentacles is all about families and having everything you want. As you can see, as the card articulates, there's a couple right here. They got a dog, a baby, a grandfather, a big house in the back. So this is everything you want. So this person feels like that you are everything they want. But I feel like maybe you gave them the cold shoulder. Okay, these two cards want to come out together. And this is the Six of Cups and the Ten of, I'm going to put them down here, and the Ten of Swords. This is about memories and the past. And this is about stabbing in the back. As you can see, the Ten of Swords, it's about an ending. Things just didn't work out like you wanted them to. So, yeah, I mean, I'm still getting the same story. But I do feel like with the Knight of Cups coming in the with the World and the Eight, I do feel like they're going to come to you and they are going to talk to you, and they're going to romance charm you, because this is what this card is all about. I think it's just going to take a little while because right now they feel like you're just not interested in them at all. They feel like that you're just an illusion, that you're not real, you're not sincere, you're not even thinking that you want to be with them. And that's what they feel like. And I do feel like it might be somebody from your past, somebody you've known, for a while now. So that's what I'm getting. But they are coming. They are coming. They're just kind of trapped in their mind right now that they don't know how you feel for real. So, maybe you should throw some hints out there about, if you're crushing on them and they're crushing on you and nobody knows, nobody's saying nothing, then, it might be time to speak up and say, hey, you want to go out on a date? Because I feel like this person is interested. I don't feel like they was in a relationship before this. The last ones, they was kind of in a relationship already, or a situationship, but they was getting out of. But this one, I don't feel that. I feel like they're single and they're ready to date. They're ready to find romance. They're ready to find the one, and that might just be you. So I feel like you need to maybe speak up and say something. Sometimes people think that they're better than us or we're better than them. And I'm feeling like for some reason in this situation, maybe they feel like you're too good for them, and there's no way you would ever, go out with them because you're not showing them any interest at all. But you might not be showing them any interest because you don't know either, and you don't know if they've got a wife or a family, and I understand, you don't want to step on nobody's toes, and that is very appreciated because all of us women that have men, are very appreciative of that, but I do feel like that they are not with anybody, that I feel like they want to be with you, with this happy family and the illusions. They feel like they could make a life with you, but they're not coming forward because they don't feel like you're interested. So maybe you could kind of let them know that you're interested. And that's what I got for you guys. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all that good fun stuff. It really does help the channel. It helps me grow. I'm really trying to get into this. I'm just learning. Not the tarot, the YouTube. I've been doing tarot for about 10 years now. And, I do private readings also. If you're interested in those, I do $15 a question, which is, not really bad if it's something you want to know. But that's what I got. Thanks, guys. Thanks for everything y'all do. It is so appreciated. All the help I get is so wonderful, so appreciated. I love all of y'all. Peace and blessed be.